Hi everybody, Pastor Johnson here with a worship update for Good Shepherd in Sioux Falls. Taking a look at where we have been, where we are, and where we hope to be going with worship in this pandemic. As you know, we had committed to virtual worship through the month of April. And now April is closing up and we are headed into the first Sunday in May. The elders this past week met together and discussed where we were as a state and as a city in Sioux Falls, and after a great deal of prayer have decided to extend our virtual worship services through the month of May. There are many reasons this decision was made. While we dearly wish to be able to worship together again as soon as possible, and we trust in God's power and His care for us, at the same time, we don't want to put His care to the test. And we recognize that the peak for cases in Minnehaha County probably won't spike until mid-May at the earliest. And so out of a great deal of concern and caution, we've decided to go throughout May for virtual worship. This allows our volunteers to be able to schedule, preparing for worship, and know where we're going. We hope to be able to have a Welcome Back Sunday, the first Sunday in June, and I dearly look forward to being able to celebrate that with you. And as we get closer to there and it continues to look like that is how it will work, we will communicate how we'll get back to a new normal here at Good Shepherd. As we continue with virtual worship in May, we continue offering many of the different ministries we have been during this distant worship atmosphere. Anytime that you want to receive the Lord's Supper, you can do that. Just give Pastor Wary or myself a call, and we're happy to give families private communion on any basis that you'd like. Just give us a call. We'll continue to offer worship resources and family devotional resources on Sunday mornings, and we'll continue with our daily devotion on our Facebook and our YouTube channel every day as well during the week. Now, as we are going into over a month of self-distancing, there are a few things that I'd like to encourage you in and that are on my mind. Now that the novelty of this has worn off, Satan is going to work harder and harder to bring more and more temptations into our lives as he wants us to think no one's looking as you're stuck at home. So our May worship will be focusing on those temptations that Satan tries to bring into our lives right now, and how Jesus and God's Word not only fights, but defeats against those temptations. And as we see our state start to slowly and gradually open up again, there might be also some temptations to rush to judgment on how different churches are reacting to the opening up of South Dakota. As we see in the coming weeks, different churches around our state, and maybe even in Sioux Falls, acting differently than we are, we don't want to rush to judgment. We recognize that there are many people in our own congregation that are just tired of not being here and are ready to be back here and worship in Good Shepherd right here and now. And we also recognize there are just as many that are not ready to come back and are concerned for their health. As we see some churches start to worship very soon, we don't want to rush to judgment and think, well, they don't care about people's health. Or we don't want to rush to judgment for churches that are being cautious like we are and think they don't care about God's Word. We all do, and especially our brothers and sisters in the Wells, if we react differently to this news, we know that we still have the same mission and the same desire to grow in God's Word and to reach the lost. We're very blessed to be able to worship together virtually and have this connection even at a distance. And I leave you with this final encouragement. This coming Sunday is Good Shepherd Sunday. And we recognize in Good Shepherd Sunday that God cares for you in all of your needs, even in this pandemic. And as your Good Shepherd, He takes care of every need, whether you know that you need it or you don't know that you need it. He will be with you during this time, and we see some light at the end of the tunnel, and I desperately look forward to the time that I can worship together with you here in person in God's house at Good Shepherd. God bless you this weekend. God bless Good Shepherd. And as we continue our mission of reaching more people more often with the truth of God's word, have a good day.